Hello and welcome to Cheapskate. My name is Cameron and this is my entry for the Great Guitar Build-Off 2023. It's a electric guitar, it's headless, it has a custom made tuning system, it has a movable pickup which you can move around wherever you want and put it in any kind of position you want. It features my Skeggs body shape, which is designed to be played, well, standing up, but seated in lots of different positions without requiring any leg tension to keep it in position, and there's no neck dive, all that jazz. I will have a separate video coming out on the tuning system, I'll have a separate video coming out on the movable pickup, and I'll have another video on the inlays here. Still going to do some work on it because when I have the pickup back here at the bridge position, the A string buzzes, but the E string doesn't. When I have it up at the neck position, the E string buzzes and the A doesn't. So the pickup's actually too close to the strings and it's interfering, it's causing buzzing and stuff like that. So I will need to take this plate out, cut about 2mm down into the timber, and at that time I'll get the plate coated and everything as well and redo it. And I'll have another video come out when I've done that. Alright, we'll just plug this sucker in. So yeah, the jack's just sort of, it's recessed. Turn the volume up. I've got a push-pull on the tone, so I'll demonstrate that in a second, but for now it's just, what have we got? This is just, sound is just through the camera. I'll just give you an idea of the tone. So you've got that sound through there. If you move the pickup, you can probably already hear it changing. Much brighter, as you'd expect. What I might do is just do this, and you can hear it change. I would have been able to move this with one hand with a felt and I could hold a note down, so it's going to sense out. It doesn't sound like, you know, it's not a chord, but that shows you the difference. Then of course you can angle it. There's our G. So yeah, it's sort of half, it's sort of full. Now what I can do is pull and it engages a capacitor. Change. So that's without a capacitor, that's with the capacitor. Tone on full. And of course when you turn to what they call full or 10, it's actually off, it's being bypassed, so it doesn't matter whether you pull it or not, it sounds the same. So this pickup, it's a lace aluminotone pickup, it's a 7-string pickup, and I got that because it's wider, so I can have it quite angled and still be able to pick up all the strings. So just giving it more of a range of tones to muck around with, that's all. Again. Show this off in the sunlight a little bit because the colours of the timber really show up in the sunlight. Try and show you, but the actual colour of the timber, it kind of almost glows on some lights, and having other lights it completely changes colour. Like if I turn it around, you probably see the timber changing colour as we go around, and like even that way you can see the timber change colour. Probably see it. I can't tell if you can see it on the camera, but you'll look and you see one side will look dark and one side will look light or whatever, and then if I change the angles it'll be the other way around, like one will look dark and the other one will look light. It's just a really, it's almost one of those timbers when you put a gloss on it, it goes kind of three-dimensional. It's a headstock, which is it goes quite dark on the end grain as well. It actually burns, so that's the neck there. You see the headstock, the brass pieces there, how the strings go in, and the inlay of course, and the plate, which is probably going to blind you. Yep, there you go, sorry. There's the tuning system. So we've got volume tone, which is a push-pull tone, and it has a capacitor on when you pull it, and then we've got this, which is our Allen key for yeah, so you just use it to tune, as you can see there. And it's got neodymium magnets in it, or neodymium, or whatever you call it. Anyway, it just sits in there like that, doesn't come out. The tuning system from the back. Now, the rod, a brass rod I've got going across in there, which if you watch, I'm going to do a separate video on how to make the tuning system, how I did it. The brass rod has bent a little bit, which is why these ones are sitting up a bit higher than the others. So I didn't count on the strings putting out that much force. Still works fine, but if I redesign it, I would do it a little bit differently. The brass plate. The brass looks frosted because I had to polish it and then nothing would stick to polished brass. It's all been clear coated, the brass, so it stays shiny, but it came out a little bit frosted. Not much I can do about it. It's all inlaid here, of course. The bridge is a Wilkinson, well, apparently a Wilkinson bridge. I'm not sure if it really is. I put felt on the bottom of it so that you can slide it around wherever you want, on any angle you want. Some people call this Tasmanian blackwood, or it's blackwood wattle, and that's on the front and back. It's also the neck. The neck is laminated. It's two pieces stuck together again, and we've also got a blackwood fretboard with maple inlay. It looks a bit different because the grain's running opposite way, because this, like I say, this timber changes colour depending on what angle you're looking at it. So sometimes when you look at this, it looks like it's a different colour to the other timber, or it's a different timber, but it's the same timber but with the grain running the other direction. And if I do this little experiment, it'll change colour. So in comparison to the neck, if this makes any sense to you. I don't know if it's working, but it should be probably changing colour compared to the neck. They'll change, they'll swap over, one will go light, one will go dark. Yeah, so I've done a lot of sculpting on the back here, as you can see, and you can see so it's the blackwood front and back, and then we've got this maple, USA hardwood maple, and black walnut around the edges. You can probably also see the jack point there. One, definitely that one, okay, okay. Might put one on here as well, actually. Basically we just put these together. One little thing you can do is just give it a bit of a slide like that, because that's pulling that way. So I'll have these ones pulling the other way. Alright, so that's done now. This bit here where it moved, the fence moved, I'll probably plug that when I'm doing the fretboard, because I'm going to glue the fretboard on anyway. It's going to glue everywhere, so I'll just put a little plug in there. Okay, so we've got our glue, we've got our top piece that goes on, we've got our clamps ready to go, we've got incredible good looks, so let's start. Okay, because you want these one up directly above the other, like one pad directly above the other. If you angle this as you're tightening it, it'll pull it across. Oh, by the way, I'm not suggesting that anybody does what I do, because I really do have ADHD, it's not a joke. And I have to do things certain ways just so that I don't muck them up. Fits in for depth just fine. Eventually we'll get it all level, I hope. This one. If I go the other way. There's just, there, look at that. There's almost no movement there. It's just a certain point. Now, because the edges of this are rounded, you wouldn't know. Lots of glue. Fair bit of glue. Because it's going to squeeze out, it's going to go everywhere because we're using up all of this available space. 1.5 millimeters or so, so it shouldn't be too hard to cut through. It shouldn't take too long. Nine coats of poly, and took me about a week, and it's been sitting in the shed for another week because I've been working all week and I haven't had a chance to take it out and look at it. So other than doing a couple of passes of 1200 paper just to get bits of dust and stuff out of it because it's not a very clean environment, yeah, other than that it's just had the coat. So let's see how it looks. looks like we've got a little bit of a glossy sheen on it. Had a lot of trouble getting it to go gloss. And I've just noticed I'm getting a bit of rain out here, so I've got to take it back in already. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yummy oil on there. Now I know the oil worked last time because it actually had oil on the back, so I don't think I need to use as much oil because oil was leaking out the other side of the hole when I finished that first hole, so which feels quite soft, but I don't want to let it get too hot. Get it out again just to give it a chance to cool off. It's through. I hesitate to say only in Australia because, you know, but there was a spider crawling on my glasses while I was trying to do that, which did throw me off a little bit. So, this probably looks complex. It's actually not. It's just because I have made everything plug and play, so I can always take bits out. There's double the wires. It looks like there's double the wires, there really are. I'll probably delete all of this out. Okay, so that one goes there. This way. Yeah, I think that's right.